Hey guys, as always, it's me. So as of late, I came up with some video ideas for you guys, and basically, I just wanted to go ahead and start doing those. Um, they're pretty simple topics. The videos aren't going to be very long, 5-10 minutes tops. But basically, I'm just going to talk to you guys about some subjects that I've already covered before, but have more information and detail on now. And yeah, we'll just kind of go through it and bang them out one at a time. So, first things first, I want to talk about eBay education, specifically for Warhammer folks. Um, I'm going to talk about a few things like your searches, and that's in like if you're selling, like kind of how to obtain the best wording for your models and stuff so that people know that they're looking at the right thing. Talk about photographing your models, pretty much how to price your models, and then shipping and handling. So first things first, since the search is kind of how they find you first, I would definitely include what genre of Warhammer that the model is in, whether it be Warhammer Fantasy, Age of Sigmar, or Warhammer 40k. Pardon me, sorry. Basically, make sure you're using proper spelling. You actually know what the model is. I've seen a lot of things like Hormigons and Termagants. Yes, they look pretty much the same, but if you script the wording on them, you're going to be screwing somebody over who might not know, and their friend will, hey, go buy 40 Hormigons online, and they buy a batch of Termagants. Really won't hurt them in the long run, but it might not help them and what they're looking for, if they're new or something like that. And not to mention, it's just one extra thing on the list of units that people have to look through whenever they're looking for a specific unit, and you're putting the wrong thing in there. Make sure you do a proper overview of what's included. If it's like if it's a lot, maybe say, War Boss and Boys, or War Boss and 2 trucks, or something like that. Put that in the title. Try not to drag out your title too much, but, if it's a whole bunch of models, make sure you list it as a lot, or if it's a whole bunch of one specific model, you list the amount of models or something that's in it. You make people aware of what they're looking at so that they don't miss your sale because you didn't directly tell everyone, in the title what's in there. What else? Oh, and another thing, what not to include in the title. If you're selling Warhammer 40k, it is not Hordes. It is not War Machine. It is not Reaper Miniatures. It is Warhammer 40k Games Workshop modeled stuff. If you're selling something other than 40k and you put Hordes or some other, or put 40k in with your Hordes title or whatever to try and get more bumps or whatever, stop doing that, because I hate digging through 40k stuff and finding things for like Hordes and Age of Sigmar stuff, because you're trying to get more pings on that. I mean, which, yeah, technically is smart, but at the same time it's an annoyance. So you want to kind of make sure that you keep that down to a minimum if possible. Try not to it's not an anagram, it's a I can't think of it off the top of my head. I'm really tired right now, guys. I slept like 4 hours, and I've almost been up for 24 hours, so I'm kind of pooped right now. I apologize. Anyway, like, don't shorthand stuff. People might not always know that a gaunt is a termagant, things like that. So make sure that you give out the full listed spelling of each item. Your photographs. eBay, I think, will let you put up to something like 12 to 20 photographs for one item. So make sure you put a ton of photos on there. Adding extra photos from different angles, not just the same photo over and over, will allow the customer to kind of see exactly what they're getting into, if pieces are missing, or if they have a concern about a break, like a breakage on the model or something like that. Make sure that they're very much aware of that. Make sure your photos are close up, and like I said, you get plenty of different angles. Recently I sold something to a guy, and I had my name written on the back of the box, and he threw a huge pissy fit about the fact that my name was on the back of the box. It really wasn't even big either. It was like this big. It was like 2 inches, like this tall, lettering up in the top corner. But I mean, it apparently was a big deal. The guy wanted the box in mint condition. He said it was not, so he ended up shipping it back to me. So it is what it is. So like I said, lots of different angles. Make sure you have good lighting. It doesn't have to be, in a light box or whatever and perfect and stuff, but make sure you either have some natural light coming in from some windows, or at least 2 or 3 lights on in the room, so you don't have one side lit up and then the whole other side shadowed or whatever, so that people can see the quality of the paint job, quality of the model, if there's cracks in where there shouldn't be cracks or things like that. Just make sure that you take a quality photo. Typically it's better if you take it against a solid color background, like like even just folding the piece of paper in half and doing like an L shape like that, and then just sticking the model at the back right there where the corner of my thumb is right there. Just doing that alone can help, because it brings out the color in the model, allows people to see what's going on, and it gives them a more clear picture of what they are buying. Buying a model and not getting what you expected is one thing that can really get on somebody's nerves. Like, I bought a box, my fiance bought me a box of Necrons. It was like a full case and everything, and it looked awesome from the one photo that the guy had on there, but I didn't realize that more than 2/3 of the box was second edition Necrons. So it was a bunch of metal kind of cruddy Necrons, and I like them, and they've grown on me definitely, but I thought that they were all plastic, so I was really excited about that, but it turned out they were all so that was kind of a bummer. So those are kind of things you kind of got to work with, and make sure that you're giving people quality things. So pricing. This is something that I have a big issue with, especially with people who are selling stuff on eBay, because there's a lot of times that models are overpriced because people are trying to make a profit. Pretty much once you buy a model brand new and take it out of the box, its value decreases at least by 25%, and that's just a fact. And if you don't agree with me, then tough. I mean, unless it is out of the box and on the sprue, I mean, I don't know. I'm not on eBay to purchase full price models. I'm on eBay so I can get a discount on, at least a 25% discount off of the original price, if not more, depending on if it's been painted. So that means I'm gonna have to take time to strip it, and hopefully the paint's not, a type of paint where I can't get it off the model with typical cleaner. So yeah, anyways, but so on pricing, I believe that if you take it out of the box but leave it on the sprue unpainted or anything like that and just put it back together, you can sell it back at 85% of its value. If it's out of the box, taken apart or put together but not painted, you can sell it at 75% of its value. And then you can sell it at 55% of its value if it's been taken out of its box, put together, and painted. because not everyone wants your painted models. I don't care how pro painted, and we're going to go over that here in a minute, your models are. It's, someone might not want them that way, and it might be a decent deal or it might not be. It kind of depends. Yeah, I think that, 85% if it's still on the sprue, 75% if it's either taken apart or put together off the sprue but unpainted, and then you can sell it at 55% of the value if it's been repainted. If it's been repainted well and it's legitimately professionally painted, yeah, go ahead and sell it for full price, or like a little bit over full price, but get some opinions, but not from your friends. Like, put it up on a general forum and ask people what they think. There's plenty of Facebook groups out there and things like that where you guys can check out and talk to people and get their opinions. And when I say pro painted, I mean like it's had a base coat, multiple layers, you have highlights, you used a shade of some sort, you have edge highlights, things aren't just slopped on there. I'm talking about finished bases that have been based. I'm talking like really actually well done, not just because you put a base coat on there. That's not pro painted, no. So, or just because you put a base coat on there and a single layer of paint does not mean it's pro painted. So make sure you really take those extra steps if you're going to list your model as pro painted. Get some opinions first before you go listing it as pro painted, because about 85% of the time it's not. It's decent, it's tabletop, but pro painted means it's legit. It's like someone would go out of their way to go purchase that. So and then shipping and handling. You guys need to stop taking eBay's advice on how much shipping and handling should be, because you can tinker with that and list it as 1 ounce, and you can get the shipping and handling as low as $5. I've seen like a box of 5 Scouts, Marine Scouts, plastic, not metal, listed, and they were listed for, it was something like $26 postage, because someone had just lazily just like let it choose whatever it wanted, and it was from like 4 states away from me. So like $26 to ship like maybe 2 ounces plus the weight of the box. So let's be honest here, guys. Let's get that, that rate below $5 if possible. If it is a lot, like a lot of models, kind of go by what you think the weight is. Be honest, we don't want to rip off the Postal Service. It's, they're pretty much one of the only ones that are competing with UPS right now, so we kind of need them to stay alive so that prices stay competitive. But at the same time, yeah, if I see $26, postage or whatever on like a model that only cost me $3, I'm gonna be pissed. That's not something that I like to see. It really deters me from wanting to buy a model if the postage is over $5. It really shouldn't be more than that, especially because most of these models, unless you're shipping multiple tanks or something like that, no. Like I got 3 tanks and the postage was $12, I think, and it was a big box. So let's be real. Oh, and then another thing, you can either follow up with a message, leave a little card on the inside with the model or whatever, and just tell them thank you for your business. Because when you're on eBay, you're a business. You're selling things, you're promoting yourself, you are a business. Make sure that you leave feedback for the seller, as well as if you're a buyer, make sure you're leaving feedback for people. 1, helps them get their money back to them faster. And then 2, it also allows them to be trusted by other buyers and sellers. So, what else? Is there anything else I need to tell you guys? I'm not sure. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and cut this video short. You guys have a great night, and I will see you in a little while.